Hi everyone, just another update from Jackson's Place. Wanted to film another video to update you on the Cattery renovations, what we've been doing here at Jackson's Place, and where we are as a charity at the moment. So we launched our Cattery fundraiser last week and we are so grateful to the people that have donated. Thank you so much. Things are really hard at the moment. We are finding more and more things that we need to pay for. Something that we haven't talked about on our other videos and we haven't really referred to on our social media is the history of this place. And the reason for that is that we wanted to be as positive as possible and all about the future. However, I think that a lot of people don't realise what we've taken on here and the history of here. So for anyone who doesn't know, the premises that we have was Capricorn Animal Rescue. A quick Google search will tell you the unfortunate history of this place. A lot of people have stories, usually unpleasant, about Capricorn. The RSPCA closed it 2 years ago and the animals were removed, and no animals that we know of have been here since then. So we are cleaning up after another charity's mess, to be honest, and it doesn't feel nice for me to have to say that, but I need people to realise what we're doing here and the challenge that we're up against, because that is literally what we're doing. We are recycling and reusing everything on site that we can. However, a lot of it can't be reused and just needs to be demolished. So we've spent £400 on skips so far, just getting rid of. I mean, there was just a lot of junk everywhere, but obviously ploughing down some of the buildings as well has created a lot of waste. So £400 on skips so far, and that's barely scratched the surface. Today we have had the electrician out to look at the Cattery. The Cattery is our main project at the moment and the thing that we're focusing on. The heaters in the Cattery pens don't work. They're all broken. So we need all new heaters, which we hadn't accounted for. We hadn't dared turn them on until the electrician came, so we didn't know what state they were in, but they don't work. We're going to try and find them and add them onto the wish list. If anyone can possibly help us with the panel heaters, then that'll save us a few £100 and we'll really appreciate that. The cable that goes into the Cattery isn't big enough. There isn't enough power going into the Cattery, so that's another job for an electrician. Having the electrician out today to do all these tests, we wanted a certificate for the Cattery so that we knew that it was safe. Having the electrician out to do all of that, it's another £200. So all these things just add up, and we've barely done anything yet. Obviously we've had to buy tools and things like that for all the work that we're doing, and it's just going up and up. When we took this place, we were originally looking at it before coronavirus, and then the opportunity actually came through this summer, which is terrible timing with the global situation. However, we couldn't turn this down. The opportunity was too big for us as a charity and for us to save so many lives. The opportunity was too much to turn away, and we did hope for a huge amount of public support because of what happened here before, and because so many people have got stories about Capricorn and not nice stories, and so many people kindly gave so much time to this rescue that, you know, weren't doing great things. We really hoped for a huge amount of public support, and we think that just so many people don't know about us yet, and they don't know that we're here and that we're doing this and we are fixing what was done. We're putting it right. It's not going to happen overnight. I keep saying that I'd rather do less perfectly than do too much not good enough, you know, because maybe that's how that situation happened before. But we're not thinking about the kennels yet. The kennels is next year's worry. At the moment it's just the Cattery, and the fundraiser's been online for a week and we're about 10% of the way there, and we've got more costs now with the heaters and things, and we know that it's such a horrible time and it's so uncertain for everyone. But even if you can't donate, if you could share to all these local groups in North Wales, these local animal loving people that just need to hear about us, they just need to know what we're doing and the huge challenge that we've got. We are new here, we don't know any of these groups and any of these people, and we really need a helping hand with that. Just please spread the word, put it on Twitter, put it on Instagram, please get it out everywhere, get this fundraiser everywhere, because once we have this money we can save so many lives. The Cattery as it is cannot be used like that. It's too cold, there's no flooring, there's no washing facilities, there's no kitchen. It's not okay, and we will not use it in that state. We have to do this work. We have to do this work before we can put animals in there. And we really, really need your help. Another challenge we've got at the moment, obviously, Wales has just gone into a full lockdown again. And we had a shop in Shotton that was due to open at the end of October. We're now paying rent and bills on a closed shop. It's there, it's ready to open. Unfortunately, it can't. And that is so frustrating, because that was obviously a way for us to get some money in towards the Cattery, but that's been postponed now until November the 10th. So we do feel that we're up against it. We knew we were up against it with this place anyway, but it keeps spiraling. So we're just begging you, really, please help us spread the word, help us tell people we're here, we're trying to fix it, but we need some help. We really need some help. I've been asked a lot about volunteer work, and thank you so much for wanting to come down and help us. We have got a volunteer toilet being built in the start of November. Until then, we can't have volunteers on site. There is obviously a toilet in the house, but with current issues, there's obviously, I mean, it's not appropriate anyway, but there's only a handful of people that can do work at the moment, which was how we've managed to demolish some of these outbuildings. So once the toilet's built, once the Cattery's open, then we will absolutely need volunteers, and we will welcome back people who may have volunteered here before. We would love to see you, we'd love to meet you, and we'd love to give you a really positive experience of this place. So please follow our Facebook for updates on that. Once we can, we can't wait to welcome you here, and we would love to have some kind of open afternoon so that you can see the Cattery. Obviously that will depend on restrictions and things like that, but let's hope that that's all a thing of the past by then. But that is all the stuff. It's so uncertain at the moment. We just need your help getting there. If you can possibly help us, please share it. If you've got any questions about the place, any questions about what we're going to be doing, just send us a message. We will happily tell you everything that we can. But I'm going to take you around now and show you the things that we've been doing and the plans that we've got, because most of our plans are kind of set in stone now. It's taken us a good few weeks to get our head around the space, get our head around what we want to do, and we think we're there now. So we'll take you around and show you what we're going to be doing soon. So this area was all buildings like this, mostly rotten, leaking. So we've been knocking these down. We got these down all this weekend. This is nice clear space. We still have these to knock down. Our aviaries here, we have our overwinter crows. They're from the centre on the Wirral. They're not strong enough to release this year, so they will hopefully be ready next year. And in that aviary you can just see Potter there. Potter was an unwanted pet duck. He was kept by himself with no friends, so he's staying here for now. Hopefully until we can get him rehomed. We've posted him and we've had so much interest in him already, so I don't think he'll be with us very long. I can't wait to see him with some duck friends. So this way, these sheds will be getting knocked down, and over here is where we will have the volunteer and staff toilet. The staff toilet will be built there, but eventually all of this space that you can see is going to be a brand new Cattery. That's obviously depending on funds. Hopefully we'll be able to put some grants in for this, because this is a huge project and something that we're going to think about next year. But this is planned to be one huge Cattery. So over here, now these, as you can see, are not in a good state. However, these parts, the aviary parts here, these are quite solid. So we're going to try and save the front half of these. The back half we are going to rebuild. We are going to get some heat lamps fitted in them, and we're going to use these for rabbits and guinea pigs. They will be heated and insulated, so the rabbits and guinea pigs will be toasty warm all year round. So that is the plan for this. We are going to try and reuse some of this where possible. You have to use a bit of imagination on that one, but we'll get there. So this is the Cattery that we are trying to renovate. And then this building here. This did have some very strange aviary around it. We've pulled all of that down. We will be painting this a nice dark brown colour, and the builders are coming in November to insulate it, fit the electrics, and generally renovate this whole building so that this can be used for cat isolation. As I explained in my other video, cats need to be isolated before they go into a cattery so that we don't spread horrible diseases and infections everywhere. And that is what this building will be used for. This will be solely for cat isolation. The barn here, again, it had some strange aviary that was mostly falling down. We've taken all of that down. We haven't cleaned any of this yet, just haven't had the time. But we do plan to fix up the barn. Some of the roof needs fixing, clean up inside, fix all the holes, and then we really hope that we can rescue some ex-battery hens here. That is the plan for this area. We think that's a really good way to save some lives, and we think there's lots of people in the local area that might like to rehome a few girls. So that is the plan for the barn. Again, that's on hold until the cattery's sorted really. So that's where we're up to at the moment at Jackson's place. Sorry it was a little bit negative, more negative than normal, but we need you to realise how hard this is, and the challenge that we're up against. We really just need some more help with the fundraiser. We can't make this cattery possible without some help, unfortunately. We have already had a grant from Animal Friends, which we're so grateful of. We've applied for every grant that we can. Most grants at the moment are for COVID relief charities only, which we are not. So it's really difficult because we would normally apply for grants for these huge projects, or we'd hold an event. That's out too. So all we can do is ask, and we hate it. We hate that all we're doing is asking you for money. But unfortunately, that's what we need right now. But as I say, if you can't donate, just share it. Just share it to every animal group that you know. Share it all over Facebook, all over Twitter. Please, that would be a huge help for us. If we can get more people to know about us, then we are more likely to reach our fundraising target. So hopefully I'll be back with another update when the building works start, and we can see the cattery starting to take shape. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to subscribe to the YouTube if you want to see more updates, and follow us on our social media. Thank you.